Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So today is the Ukambi Exotics palette, Exotics Flavours. So I've done kind of a sunset look today. This is what it looks like. You can get so many looks out of this, just close up here. This is what it looks like. The sunset look I thought was really nice. I've been wanting to do a sunset look as well. These are the colours. You can see I've dipped into a few already with different looks. Loving the colours, guys. I just think you can get so much options, so much versatility. The staying power is amazing. I have tried it before, just before I came on to do a little review for you guys, and absolutely beautiful. Today I'm just using the Eyelure Butterfly Fluttery lashes because I didn't really want to take away from the actual look. So I've used yellows, pinks, burnt oranges, and then I've kind of gone in with the yellow just to kind of lift it up as well. So what we'll do is we'll do my foundation. I've already put on my primer, which is the Wonder Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. I got a tester size to see how I liked it, so that's on already, and that's a primer. Put a little bit of under eye today because I have a little bit of breakouts, so I put my e.l.f. Cameo Finish Concealer on, and now we're going to go in with NARS. So just a little fast forward through the NARS, and it was actually the Naturally Radiant foundation, just so we didn't take too much time. I'm starting to fast forward little bits here and there on the videos. So the reason I did, as you know, I usually do my concealer, primer, concealer and foundation first, but I really wanted you to see the first eye first, just so you could see kind of the result afterwards. So we'll do this eye. Usually now what I do, obviously, is what we'll do is obviously the usual brows, which is the e.l.f. brows contour, blush, that kind of thing, and a little bit of highlight. So what I'm going to do is use my e.l.f. and this is their what is this called? It's their Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. So all I'm going to do, and I haven't done the brows on either side, I'm just literally brushing them out into their natural form, natural shape. And we're just going to go in. This color is neutral brown. They do come in different colors, and I got this direct from the e.l.f. website. And we're just going to fill in where we need to. Don't put any color where there isn't any, because then that is going to, throughout the day, fade away and not look natural at all. You can see I'm just doing very light. We've got a very strong eye today. So shape is really important. Now, if it always looks here darker on this side, it's because the light is different, lighting is different. So, okay, so we've got that done. I'm quite happy with that. Now what I'm going to do is just put on my finishing powder, which is the e.l.f. Halo Setting Powder. Do work it in a little bit when you get it, because as I said before in the videos, it definitely does take a while. That's done. I really love it. It's long lasting. I would highly recommend as well the MAC Fix and Spray Magic Radiance. It's got vitamin C. This is the setting powder I use, and it's really, really good. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go back into my Emily edits, because I just feel this bronzer is just, the bronzer and the blush are just amazing. They really are. You don't have to worry about putting too much on. They are used, as you see, you have your highlighter and you've got your eyeshadows here too. So they're very autumnal looks there. You've got your medium browns, and then you've got kind of a, you could use this as a base as well. And obviously you've got your setting powder there. So perfect travel as well if you wanted to travel with it. You've got everything you need really. So the first thing I'm going to do is go in with the bronzer. I am going to use it more as a contour today, because we do have more of a strong look. So I think a contour would really help. So this is Courage, and I use this just to place, so really getting up into the hairline as well. Then almost straight away what I do is lightly brush I don't want to take the strength away, but I just want it to look natural. Maybe just up here. Yeah, it looks a bit better. Okay, so we'll do the contour. Okay, so what I've done is make sure that it definitely brings in the cheeks, but it also blends in up here so it looks natural and there isn't a gap, if you know what I mean. So as I look kind of front ways, or if I look sideways, it doesn't look unnatural, which is what we want, particularly when you've got such a strong look. You want everything to kind of look right in the face and the contour and blush as well. So what I'm going to do is before we do our highlight, I'm going to go in with Joy, which is a perfect colour for a sunset look, I think. And this is the colour here, kind of a dusty rose, dusty brown kind of look. So I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques blush brush, and we're just going to do a little here. And don't be afraid. I used to always be afraid to go into the apples of the cheeks, but don't be, because that is exactly where you would blush. And so it does look, now everyone's strength and how they feel about their blush in terms of the strength is up to you completely. Okay, so I've really made sure here I haven't put anything, because that's where we're going to put the highlight, and the highlight is called Gratitude. And we're just going to go in with a very small angled brush here, like that. I'm going to go in with Gratitude, and this is what it looks like here. Okay, put that, and we're just going to lightly put that above the, so you can see it just gives that, it's not really glittery, it's just that beautiful highlighted effect, and it complements the contour then as well. Okay, and let's bring that up naturally there. So you can see everything, but nothing takes over, because we have such a strong eye today. We want to look put together, but we also don't want it to take over the eye. So keep that in mind with the lipstick as well. So what I'm going to do is just a little bit more on this side, a little bit more Gratitude. And again, Emily Edit is available, and it's from Makeup Revolution, and she's basically taken different eyeshadows from Makeup Revolution and put them in one. So that's that. This is the Needs, and I think there's the Wants as well. So this is the Needs palette, and it was available on Amazon, so hopefully it's still there. I will check, and I will definitely link it below if it is, but I'm sure it's on Ulta. I'm sure if it's if you're in the US, it's on Ulta. UK, it may be on Beauty Bay as well, so do have a look. If Amazon.com have it, see if they will pay. If you've got Prime, you may be able to get it. In the UK, you may just have to, if you're willing to pay packaging or postage or something like that. But yes, I will look and go below. So let's get into the exotic flavors. The other thing I wanted to show you quickly is, obviously I have done a I am doing a QC Makeup Academy course, which will be the video after the next one. And they have sent beautiful makeup, and this is one of them. It's the highlight palette, and it is gorgeous. Look at those. I think I did it in my last video when I was tidying up my makeup with you. Look at those. They're just stunning. So we might actually put a little bit of this one, which is called Oomph. And we might use the same brush that we did with our highlight. Go in with that. Stunning. And let's have a look. I've never ever used this before. Wow, look at that. Definitely a sheen. Okay. Okay, but I won't go too overboard because I love highlights. And gorgeous colours there as well. So let's get into the exotic flavors. I'm just going to have a bit of a coffee here. Okay, so again, the packaging to start is just beautiful. You do get a cover as well, so just to keep it safe. Let's start. So I did a lot of burnt oranges. I actually have a little bit of pink in the inner corner. Yellows. The yellows are stunning, and you would think they do really. I know they look a little bit you know, if you're not used to colors like this bright and scary, if you're not used to them, but they really do complement. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go in with a mixture of, they don't have names obviously, these two. So this yellow, the bright yellow, and this two, and that's going to be on the lid because they were mixed and I put them together. So I usually put one on after the other. So I'm just using my magnet brushes. This is going to be my blender, and this is going to be, this is an Avetscu, and I think I've talked about that before. So what I'm going to do first is kind of layer it with that colour, and that's actually going to be in the lid here. Let's do that. Now I can speed up little pieces here and there so it's not too, so you can see it comes up, it looks a little bit dark, but then what I'm going to do in the center is put this, even though it looks deep, you can see how it didn't really come off too strong, this one here in the middle. And I've kind of left it here because yellow is going to go in here. So let's put that pink I showed you. It's kind of a very deep pink, but it just dabbing it. Sometimes you have a better effect dabbing. So let's do that. Now I wasn't sure how I was going to react to these colours because they were so popular, and I was wondering because the price was so good, you never know if it's going to turn out well. So this is what we're going to do now. We're actually going to start in right in the inner corner, and we're actually going to go above and blend out this way. So let's go in. Again, it's an Avetscu brush. I will link those below too. I think I've linked them before. So what we're going to do really quick is I'm going to go in with that really bright yellow. That's what it looks like on the brush. Beautiful yellow. And again, sometimes you can be scared, including myself, going in with such bright colours. But it's worth it in the end. It really, really is. And what you can do sometimes is at the very beginning, go in with your finger. You can see the difference there. Bringing that right up. You can see how I started out now. You'll see how the steps, obviously they don't look exactly the same, but the steps I did really brought the look together. So let's do that. So I've glided that on, if you can see. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to use a blender brush for the top. So I'm not blending it yet, but I am using it because of the shape. And I'm literally just being really careful, bringing that over. Make sure nothing goes beyond this point. And what you can do sometimes is place something here if you don't have tape, and make sure it doesn't go beyond that point. But always make sure it's from the end, the very end of your eye right up, because you don't want it to go out because it won't look right. So what I'll do is I'll just finish the yellow and come back. You can see what I've done there. It does look a bit bare and nude compared to this, but you can see the steps, how it's gradually looking the same. I've made sure that it's a straight line, so nothing kind of goes beyond that point, because you want the shape of your eyes to kind of complement the shape you actually have and the eyeshadow looking right. So what we're going to do now is go back in with this orange colour and bring it slightly above the lid, not too much, but you can see I brought it slightly because we are looking for that sunset look. We're not looking for harsh lines, we're not looking for harsh colours. We want to blend them, but the key is not blending them into one another. It's blending them up and gradually, just on the tip, doing that kind of almost when if you were in an art class and you were using charcoal pencil and you were going from light to dark, but you were making sure it didn't look too harsh. So that's what we're going to do. Slightly bringing that up. Again, this is the colour I'm using. And we're going, it's coming up a little bit darker or lighter on screen. But I'm actually placing this now, really tipping and tapping, making sure it doesn't go beyond the yellow that we've put in, because it's a sunset look. You want it to look exactly like that. Again, not going beyond this point. And then what we're going to do is do the same with the yellow. Now what I did above the lid is I went in with this cream colour. So we're going to go in with that yellow now, and again we're going to use a blender brush. Seemed to look, just worked so much better with the yellow, but I think it's because you're gradually coming above and you're coming up closer and closer to the brow. So with the blender brush, it's less harsh than an eyeshadow blush itself. You've got those bristles that are just so soft that it really will work as you're going above, more closer to the brow. So we're going to go with that yellow and just dab it off. Okay, and we're swiping, gently swiping, guys, because that cream is actually going to bring the yellow down slightly. As you can see, it's done here. So here it looks a little bit like it's a bit more above, but as we put in that cream, it brings it down. So what I'm going to do is do the cream really quickly. So I sped that up for you so you could see a little bit quicker what I was doing. So what I was doing is I put that cream just to kind of highlight and give myself an idea of the exact mark where to stop, and then the yellow went up, and then I'll put the lashes on, and you can see if I turn back, you can see it is the exact same. And what I did here is I strengthened the yellow just at the very end, which I'm going to do now, but you can see the harsh line here hasn't been blended yet, and that's exactly what I did here. I blended it all the way out, so it all looked almost like it was natural colors fading out. So that's what we're going to do now, and then I'll put lashes on too. So that's it. I think it was quite quick and easy. I hope it was easy for you to follow along. You don't have to have the You Can Be Twilight and Dusk palette. If you don't like lashes, something like the Sensational from Maybelline, something like that, where it really just curls the lashes. Make sure that you do have an eye curler too, just to get the exact effect that you want. These are so easy to put on. They're the number 117s, light and wispy, available on Superdrug, Amazon, probably Boots as well. I just hope this was really easy for you to follow. If you don't have the You Can Be Twilight and Dusk palette, if you have yellows, really bright yellows, but I would highly recommend this, guys. I've used this last week because I wanted to try it for you guys. I don't want to, review something that, well, if I have to review something and show you what it's like and then it doesn't work out, I always want to do that too. But now you know, if it is something you want to invest in and it is something that you would like to try, it isn't just sunset looks you can do. I mean, you've got so many options here, guys. We may do another colour. If I am requested to do more, I will definitely do more. For me, the sunset look was something that I really, really wanted to do for a while. And I wanted to try this look at the glitters as well. I mean, you have a lot of options here, guys. You really, really do. Now, lastly, we have options for lipsticks. But I think when you have such a strong eye like this, lipsticks are something to really think about. So obviously I've got my lipsticks here, as you would have seen me put away when I did my previous video, which was the Tidy Up With Me video, which is the previous video. So I mean, you could do a really strong lip, but a lot of the times I see very nude or kind of light pinks. So I'm going to have a look and see what I have here. I really should have looked at this before. Nude ones, like I've got the Mua, and this is, does it have a name? Just MAC Makeup Academy, obviously, and it is in Peachy Keen, which would be nice. What else do we have? We could have a lip liqueur as well. This one is one that I always go to. It's the Apocalypse, sorry, from Apocalypse even, guys, seriously, from Rimmel, London. And then I'm thinking of that kind of colour, not towards a really soft pink. I just think kind of a bright, low-key orangey peach colour I think would be beautiful. So I was going to go in, and I think I will go in with the Rimmel Apocalypse. They're like liqueurs, basically, lip liqueurs. So I'm just going to bring my mirror in here, and I'm just going to kind of go here. I might just put it here so you guys can still see. I just think it's really, really nice. And what I might go in then is a little bit more touch of Courage from the Emily Noel palette, just to bring the cheeks brighter a bit too, because I think it's looking a little bit pale. You can see the colour, but it's not as strong, I think, as I would like. So let's have a look here. Beautiful colour really as well. Let's have a look at that. Okay. And they don't dry the lips. They're really, really nice. I like the shape of the brush as well, because you can really get into those really the kind of corners and your cupid's bow as well. Okay, I mean, you could do some lip liner beforehand, but these are really soft. They're beautiful. You would need to kind of follow, you know, keep it in your bag throughout the day. Obviously, I just feel like it's a beautiful color, but I don't mind kind of touching it up throughout the day because it's really nice. It's soft. Some of the liqueurs kind of harden throughout the day, but this is really, really nice. So what I'm going to do is look for the Emmeline Well palette. Where have I put it on my makeup desk? Here. Sorry, guys. Before we do our MAC Even Fix Magic Radiance setting powder or spray even, and I'm going to go back in with my this is the Real Techniques, and this is Joy, not Courage. Sorry, Courage is actually the contour or bronzer. You can use it for both. So this is the blush, and we're just gonna dab it a little bit and then blend. Yes, I think maybe a little bit more when you have the eye. It's interesting when you have your eye makeup done, you can kind of see what else would suit or how the depth should be. So I'm going to go back in with my buffing blush, and just, I only say that because everything else looked a little bit paler, and I wanted everything to kind of match in terms of depth really. And the blush, I think, doesn't really need to be blended. You could, but I don't think it does. Looking in the mirror, it looks okay. It might be coming off a little bit stronger on camera, but what you can do is just blend that away, just like that. So I'm happy with that. I really am. I think the eyes turned out really well. Again, you don't have to have the exotic flavors from Ucambi, but the price is just so reasonable for the amount of eyeshadows you get. It's unbelievable. So I definitely will pop that down below. I'm sure it's still available on Amazon. I will pop it below, you know, as soon as I get off video. So this is the MAC Fix Magic Radiance All Day Hydrating Spray Vitamin C. Does have a lock as well, which is great. So I generally spray it from up. I used to spray it directly, but now I just spray close and spray and just let that set. And that's the look. I hope you enjoyed, guys. I will put pictures up. Have a great day. The next video will be the lemon pineapple pasta. I was requested, I did a picture, I think, in the summertime, and I put it up on Instagram, and I was requested what it looks like, how to cook it and things like that. It's really simple. It's kind of comfort food too, but a little bit healthier. So I will do that next. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you soon.